Verimark's reported a 67% drop in full-year headline earnings per share to 8.4 cents. Revenue ticked up slightly, gaining 0.7% to 454 million rand. Joining us now to unpack the results further is Mike van Straaten. He's CEO of Verimark. Mike, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Well, the business coming under pressure over the past year and largely being attributed to inefficiencies within the business. So take us through the year that was and the pressure you're under right now.
Alicia, as I indicated more than 2 years ago, we outgrown our infrastructure. We couldn't fit into the warehouse anymore. We had to rent an extra warehouse. It ultimately ended up in 3 warehouses. Right on the end, we were really in 3 warehouses plus a separate head office. And that is not an easy way to conduct your business, especially if you are as close to product innovation. Also, the rand didn't help. I did an interesting statistic over the last 2 years. The rand depreciated with close to 42%. Now, if you're in the import business, that is bad news. So clearly, that was the main contributing factors impacting on our profitabilities. We maintained turnover, as you said correctly. The reality is we are now back after a lot of delays in moving into the warehouse. We are in one. We again on one site, double the size as we used to be. And we look forward to improving the situation from here onwards. Clearly, the rand is still, when I drove in the car here, it was, I think, 9.62. Not nice for any importer to hear that, but we clearly are in the process of looking at our prices. It's an ongoing process to adjust your prices to the exchange rates. But just being all into one facility makes a massive difference, and we were in since the beginning of February.
Mike, you talk about direct response TV. I think it's known as DRTV in your business, and you've talked before about that model, and one's very aware of it. And I think it's a unique. There's a unique feel to your advertising campaigns. But of course, you have shops as well. A lot of these products that you can buy on TV. So how's that blend going? Because the model has changed, and I think it's 17 years since you started it.
Verimark has been going for 36 years, in fact, David. But we
that particular way of doing the TV.
We pioneered direct response about 23 years ago. But you're right. Then we saw there was much bigger opportunity to have that TV products available in the retail environment. And we obviously went into, at the time, Dion first, and we've today on most of your bigger retailers. We also have opened our own stores. We have close to 80 today. There is, David, having spent excessive time the last year traveling from all the big centers, from Chicago, Frankfurt, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Singapore, I can tell you now Verimark is really a benchmark of this strategy international. That said, the model, there's nothing wrong with the model. It is really a question of bringing those innovations. I always, I'm known for making the comment that we are less impacted by economical trends like inflation, the typical things that do impact the retailers. And that is why we believe there is actually opportunity now when things are tightening up, that our model is less impacted by that. I'm not saying it is not. Clearly the rand does impact on us, but that is exciting, and we've already had 1 or 2 of those retailers that indicated they believe we're under trading in their stores, and we should get more space, and that is exciting for us to hear that.
So stretch that out a little further in terms of the demand that you're catering to out there. What are we looking at? Because a lot of your products are considered to be discretionary products, if we can call it that.
Alicia, it's partly true. It's not only discretionary products. We go out there, find the latest and best innovations available that makes your life easier, make cleaning easier. To find those products, whether it's a vacuum cleaner, whether it's cookware, and we've actually built massive brands on this particular model. DRTV in its true form, David, was always really just selling by call center. In other words, people see the number on the screen. Nowadays, obviously on the website, they'll go up and phone and place an order. Now these people can just walk to the nearest store and they can buy the product there. Now, clearly our price points vary from 99 Rand up to 15,000 Rand. And that is not usual in the DRTV business, because their guys still overseas, most of them sell still just on television, and there you will struggle to sell a 10 or 15,000.
So give us an example. What's of a product that's worked particularly well for you over the past year?
Alicia, the product that we've done very well with is we've introduced a new vacuum cleaner now called Housemeister. Verimark has pioneered the issue of water filtration in vacuum cleaning, and been a very successful category for us. But like anything, you need to upgrade that, and we took a decision about a year and a half ago to go for a better version. And we scanned the world all over, and we came across a German-made vacuum cleaner that works with water filtration. They refined the strategy, and we would take that, we shoot the commercial, we brand it under the Housemeister. So a lot of people talk about us being in the intellectual property business, IP business, and that is really what Verimark is all about.
Mike, looking at your delivery of returns for investors over there, it's quite uneven. If you look back the last couple of years, if you had 1,000 Rand in your company, you've got less than 1,000 Rand now. However, over 3 years, you had 1,100. Over 5 years, 4,300 Rand odd. So it's a bit uneven, and it sounds like you've got interesting products and you've got an interesting model, but those efficiencies that you started talking about, and you've had a bit of bad luck too, a robbery where not everything was insured.
Yeah, correct. It was really a year with a lot of challenges, to be honest. David, the reality is that that's what we're working towards. We need consistency in the business. Clearly, a lot of that is determined by the products that come in. I think we've proven ourselves over the 16, 17 years, as you pointed out, of bringing the best innovations. But to consistently bring those is clearly a challenge, especially the bigger we became. And you need obviously more skills. And in South Africa, there is not that many skills available, especially in this particular industry. But we're building on it. I think we clearly have achieved a lot. And I think the disruption this last 2 years of being really trying to control it, the focus of management were distracted from and also your move. There was really a lot of inefficiencies cost into the business. So we look forward and we feel we've made good headway.
To what extent do you see the business being replicated across the African continent, or has your experience within South Africa's borders dented some of that prospect?
Over the last 6-7 years, we have not done any international work. And Alicia, what was exciting is we've been approached over this period by a multitude of companies from Canada, from Israel, from Australia, to say, listen guys, we can see that you're on a total different level. You're probably 10 years ahead of the curve. Why don't you come in? And that is clearly part of the strategy to move forward, is we have looked at a number of markets up in Africa as well, and also in some other English-speaking places. And we feel excited. It's something that's not going to happen overnight, to be fair, but we feel on the medium long term it'll be great.